let's talk to Danny.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Danny.
I just had a couple of questions for you guys.
Ooh.
I actually emailed you about this, Rocco, so I don't know if you just don't want to talk about it, but I was curious about, I asked last week about the warehouse, and I was wondering if you would be able to go a little in depth about, like, how maybe the pricing of something like that.
No, no, that's kind of all personal, but we rent it, and it's just honestly check Craigslist and see about places like this in your area, and that's the best bet.
Okay. And I have another question.
I didn't mean to make it sound like, you could ask me whatever. I don't care. I don't mind. You could ask me if I took a shit today. I don't care. But there's things I just can't answer whatever. But if you look like seriously, check Craigslist for stuff like that, and that's your best bet. That's what we originally did, and just look at stuff like that, and you'll see stuff of every range.
My other question was, since earlier you guys were on the topic of YouTube comments.
Yeah.
That got me to thinking to, like, back when YouTube was kind of in its earlier stages.
Yeah.
I just feel like the site's kind of different now, and I'm curious if you guys think it's still a good medium for, like, up-and-coming video makers. It feels kind of saturated. I don't know.
I wish you could still rate 5 stars on every video. Back in the early days of YouTube, they had a 1 to 5 star rating, so you could rate 1, 2, or 3, or 5, but everyone just did 1 and 5. Yeah. But people would always say rate, comment, and subscribe. The thing that sucks with YouTube is they made it really difficult to find small, obscure videos.
To find new stuff.
Everything that is like pushed automatically in searches or even on the front page, you can't even find your subscription that's on a secondary page. It's all content that is promoted and sponsored and like has ads on it. It's all quote professional content, but to find up and coming kids making silly, stupid videos, it's really you can't really find that anymore. Unless someone who has weight on the internet, like social media, or someone tweets it, whatever.
Exactly.
You can't find obscure videos anymore. What we would always do on our computers at the office, whatever, is we would just go to YouTube. There used to be a thing that was just called recently uploaded, and you could see every video that was posted on the site.
Anything that was posted today.
Just do recently upload. We would check that. That's how we found the My New Accent do the skit video.
No.
I found some video of like some kids in Chile doing magic tricks that was like very obvious, like hood magic, like that type of video. That was all like recently uploaded. But yeah, even if you're just a young person trying to start out and make videos, it's tough to like just blindly get noticed on like YouTube by someone searching it. But still, compared to 10 years ago where there was no way to host video for free, it's still awesome to put something out. But then you just have to be a little more proactive and like tweeting it, sharing it, posting it on Tumblr. Just so make a lot of stuff. If you have a YouTube channel, you actually make stuff. That is an online resume. It's a portfolio. That's all. I think that's really cool. It's free. You don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
But in order to like get blindly discovered, that's tough. But if you practice a lot, make videos, consistently try to challenge yourself, make different things, then it's just a good place to exercise that.
It's a great place to it's still a great place to host a video, but in terms of it being a hangout, it's kind of lost that. Because I remember me and my friends would always be on there just hanging out and checking out weird videos. And I would favorite videos, and people would see it. My favorites was like a gallery of videos, and now favorites is like tucked away somewhere where it even isn't, And I don't understand that.
Drag it to your profile so people can see it.
I don't understand that move at all. It just seems like less of a social hangout, and now it's more about who's promoted. And a lot of what's big and what is promoted is stuff that is really in the vein of cable TV, and it sucks. I don't, people, sorry, I'm going to talk a lot for a minute.
No, that's cool.
But anyway, there's a lot of like YouTube people and YouTubers and stuff that we make fun of or we make jokes, and a lot of times we get really we put up kind of walls from like certain things on YouTube in terms of you know, who we would work with or who we would, you know, we make fun of other people on YouTube a lot, and it's not that it's not that we have anything against those people. It's just that I don't really understand promoting something or someone on YouTube that does all the things that you hate from cable TV. And that's what I don't understand is I see people praising these no content channels or channels with somebody doing the same thing. If it was on cable, you'd say, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah.
But a YouTuber does it and get a million hits, and there's these people in the industry go, "Ha, you gotta hand it to this YouTuber. He found this and this and this," and it's like, yeah, but on TV you would say this was garbage, and I don't want to see that on YouTube, you know. And so that's a turnoff to me. And a brief history of what happened for us on our end is we did very, very well on YouTube, and we do, you know, we've always been in our zone, but we were really doing well in like 2009, 2010. Our hits were really, really good on YouTube, and then I think we really benefited from the way YouTube was, where you could kind of find anything.
Yeah.
We were always in related videos because we were partners. I think we showed up a little more often, but we were in the mix, and we have such a big back catalog of videos that we were everywhere. So we got tons of hits all the time, no matter what we uploaded. And then what happened is in 2012, at the beginning of 2012, they changed the algorithm to be exactly what you're talking about. The search algorithm became, you can't just find anything. Yeah. It puts prioritized and paid for things at a higher thing, and it looks for certain tags that it didn't before.
There's
and
no
things like that.
Uploaded.
Yeah, and so people always tell, you know, people are always trying to track our stats. Oh, look, Mega64 is not doing well because this and this and this, which you don't have the real information, so it's pointless to do that anyway. But there was a giant drop-off in 2012, and I that definitely wasn't, I wasn't blind to that. In 2012, suddenly videos that would get 50,000 hits the minute we were putting it up, even a panel would get that.
Yeah.
We're getting 4,000. It's like, wait, what? And it's because they weren't coming up in results anymore. And it was actually only in the past year or two that we finally got a network to help us out and prioritize our search. We work with a company now to do a lot of that stuff. And now our stuff is coming up again. And now our views have been back up. But YouTube has also changed the way that views are counted, which a lot of people don't know, is that it used to be just you'd open the page, that's a view.
Oh, wow.
Click it, that's a view. And what a lot of people don't realize is now you really have to watch it I don't know if you necessarily have to watch 100% of it,
you have to,
but a good amount of it to
seconds.
count as a view. And so that's why, you know, you look at, I mean, if you really go back and look at our panel videos would get like 50,000 views. Now they have like 9,000.
Yeah.
And it's not because, I mean, here's the thing is like, I always think like, man, no one's watching them. But I get the same amount of feedback and emails and stuff like that from those videos as I always did. And it's because before, every page view was added to that 50,000, and now it's only 9,000. But that's still 9,000 people that watched my shitty panel all the way through. So that doesn't sound like that much, but it is a small, dedicated audience.
I mean, you go to the panel, and there's like, even if it's like, say like, because the Anime Expo panel is huge. That's like what, like 600 people. It's something. It's insane.
Like 800 to 1,000.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 people, and that is a massive auditorium filled with people.
Yeah.
But then if you try to imagine 10 times that amount, that's almost like a football field, and that's what that is online. So it is really cool.
Yeah.
But what Rocco was saying with like the view count suddenly dropping, that's what I noticed. Like when I first started making YouTube videos.
You went through that too?
Yeah, when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
In like a freshman in college, I would make like 10-second pun videos. I was practicing, I was stretching out, whatever. Sure. But I'd make like a silly 10-second pun video. But because I had like 3,000 subscribers, that video would get like 2,500 hits because it would show up on everyone's feed, whatever. And then
that's another thing.
And then like the past year, and then like 2 years ago, they hid the recently subscribed and said it was suggested stuff, so your subscriptions didn't show up on the homepage.
Yeah.
So I'd work really hard on a video, make it. I would have 10,000 subscribers. It would get 1,000 views. Yeah. And it's like, well, now my videos aren't even showing up on the homepage anymore.
One of the things we worked the hardest on was Sequence Erase, our 10th anniversary special, and like subscribers didn't see it.
Yeah.
And it has like 40,000 views. Again, it's full of obscure shit just for hardcore fans, so and it's half an hour long. So 40,000, I'll take it. Believe me, I'm not going, what a waste or anything like that. But I do think, I mean, that's a thing that, Hideo Kojima was in it. All this other stuff. I think subscribers, had they seen that, would have clicked it had they seen it.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't expecting 1 million views at all because it was a really obscure thing. But I know a lot of people who didn't even know it came out.
That's what's also really funny too. Is like, even if you consistently make videos, like a subscriber will only see 1/5 of that, and like, so say like you make 10. Say if you make a video every month, whatever. And then finally you upload a video, someone will leave a comment, oh, finally a new video. Where have you been the past year? And it's like, if you go on my channel, I've had video, they just don't see it. Like, that always happens. Anytime you guys post, like, a video, it's like, when are you guys going to do the public Jackass stuff? And it's like, you uploaded the BioShock skit 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't pop up. It's
exactly.
It's insane.
There was what was I going to say? One of the biggest ones in terms of, like, discrepancy kind of thing for us was when we did the Nintendo video at their headquarters. And now, granted, Nintendo did an upload of it, and that got well over 1 million views, almost 2, I think now, but I could be wrong. And that was great. But on our channel, it still should have gotten a good amount of views. And the day it came out, it was not putting it on mobile. Like, mobile didn't receive it. If you checked YouTube on mobile, wasn't there. And I remember the day ended and it had 12,000 views. I'm like, we fucking filmed with Reggie and went to their headquarters and showed you inside of their headquarters and announced new stuff. 12,000 views? 12,000 views? I've done fucking Corn Corner on my personal channel and it had more than 12,000 views. I did an Attack on Titan spoof where you saw my ass and it had 20,000 views in a day. So things break. It's depressing. But again, 10 years ago, you didn't have the venue to get this shit out at all. So there's still a degree to be lucky for. I try not to take it for granted. Yeah. But it's tricky. You just got to keep going at it.
Also, one thing that's very important, like, don't obsess over view counts. I think it's definitely important.
Exactly. Not anymore.
Yeah. Stress over, like, make sure your quality is good. If it's good to you, then that's great. And again, it will always be on your channel. It will always be on your channel. So it's important to make something good that will hold up, say, 4 years from now. Yeah. You might only be thinking temporarily, but that's gonna be on your channel 4 years from now.
Yeah.
So spend a little extra time, make it good. I don't like making things that are hyper topical. That might get a million views or whatever, but like, I made a video called The Otaku, which was like a 12-minute short film that still gets views and comments every single day. Because I focused on making something that was like good quality, something that was broad enough to last long, and like that got a good amount of hits. But like, because it is a steady quality thing, it still tracks hits. If I made like 2009, if I did an Asher Roth, I did do an Asher Roth parody, but if I did something that was again something similar, like that Asher Roth parody got a lot of views in that month. But then
I love Tribute.
Yeah, hey, that's a good ass thing.
Sure,
but no one watches that now.
Yeah.
But like the same year I did, if I did the Otaku that year, that gets hits now.
Yep. Yeah. We at Mega64 we like to do stuff that is relevant to what's going on.
Yeah.
But we always try to do it in a way that it doesn't suck in a month.
Yeah.
We did this thing recently about real life speedrun. Like if someone sped through the rest of their natural life, and it was because the speedruns were happening.
Yeah.
Awesome Games Done Quick or whatever it's called was happening. But the video doesn't call on that, like, 24, 20.
No, that touches.
It doesn't. People can watch it, a year from now.
I watched fucking speedruns like in 2005. Like that's an eternal. That's a big thing. But that hasn't been touched before, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you can use topical events as kind of a gateway into that. Or like Rocco said with his speedrun video, like that on the Kotaku sites. That's all they were talking about that week. But they didn't make a specific, charity event 2015. It was, speedruns. It was just a parody of speedruns. So you can always, look at something super topical and then take a step back and make it bigger. But, just focus on making good shit. Regardless if it's even on YouTube, MySpace video, whatever the fuck. Just make good stuff. Having it on YouTube means it's an eternal portfolio. And, just make stuff that makes you laugh. Always get stronger. And, it's a free space. Might as well use it. Put stuff up. And if you just make stuff, if you eventually you might strike something good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely better than 20 years ago where you would have VHS cameras or digital cameras. There was no place to share it beyond your friends. So yeah, like a lot of people don't. I guess really kids today like don't really realize like this technology is so new that like they take it for granted. But really, it's an amazing open space. Anyone can do something.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
It's true.
Yeah, I have some thoughts actually. When you guys were mentioning about the view counts, and I feel like since Mega64, you know, has been around for like 10 years, you guys are kind of more cemented. Like, I don't want to name drop any of the bigger guys to like hate on them, but you know, like. Yeah. You know the ones I'm talking about. Yeah. I feel like a lot of these YouTubers who just kind of pop up and
yeah, they're definitely flash in a pan where they'll have a thing, but then they'll do the same shtick for 2 years and that will drop off and die.
Like when was the last time you heard about Ray William Johnson? Like,
well, he had a FX picked up his show.
Really?
Well, he said that 2 years ago, and I don't. Has anything come out? I don't know. God. But it's true. I mean, he's still getting a good amount of views, but yeah. I mean, what else is there? You know, like I don't know. They're just.
And another thought with the search terms. This happens on Google too, but I'll search for something really specific. Like some videos have intentional typos in their titles. Like you'll search for it, and Google will just like, it'll assume that you're looking for something else. No matter how, like, even if you put it in quotes, it'll still correct it, and that's so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's all.
Yeah, that shit happens on my iPhone. I'll try to write, like, hello, and I'll autocorrect it to Halo, because I'm such a gamer!
Oh.
High five.
I love Chiruka.
Yeah. You can still
Xbox on the clock.
Are you going to be doing this for another, like, 20 minutes?
Probably. Do you need to go?
I'm going to go pick up Josie.
Okay.
I'll be back. So don't ask Rocco any good questions. Save them all for me.
Tell her you're my most frustration. Forget when I...
Hey,
are you upset about Blinkgate?
I'll just say all this now because I don't want to...
Gate 182?
I don't want to... Actually, Josie's from Poway, Blink-182's hometown. We can have a full breakdown. You know, she's at the inside scoop. Damn. But I'll be real. Blink-182... they broke up 10 years ago, and honestly, their music was good because they were teenagers writing songs about teenagers.
Absolutely.
So when they came back in 2010 to make like their neighborhood album, whatever the fuck, I didn't even listen to it. I didn't care. They're not the same like people anymore. Mark Hoppus, Travis Barker, they still have a good sense of humor, but Tom DeLonge went off on this super like artistic thing, and like they're not the same band anymore. So the fact that people were even talking about Blink-182 breaking up, I forgot that they were still touring. Like, you know, it's a different band. So honestly, whatever. But yo, Dude Ranch. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, Enema of the State. Yeah. Those are really good albums. Check that shit out.
What's your favorite of those? I don't, you know, I get a little bit of flack for this, but for me, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
I love Take Off Your Pants.
Actually the best. Most people actually will say the other
thing I really like about Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is by the time that album came out, Blink-182 was still huge, but they were kind of at the end of their like super pop. Yes. Every single song off Enema of the State was so overplayed that it's hard for me. I can only listen to half of that album. Yeah. I can't listen to Adam's song. I can't listen to fucking Where the Small Things Are or whatever. I can't listen to that.
Small Things Are. Yeah.
But Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, like there was Rock Show, First Date. That was kind of big. Everything else in the album was like hit enough to where I can listen to it and it's still fresh and fun.
Yeah, it still feels like opening it's like Enema of the State is like, wow, what a great Halloween, but you've gone through it and all that's left is Tootsie Rolls, but it's like, but that's still a fucking good Halloween. And then Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is like that other bag where it's like, okay, it's not as big, but man, there's still fucking Reese's in here.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna listen to Enemy of the State on my drive, and I'll be back in like 30 minutes. We'll get to the bottom of Blink-182 with a real Poway resident.
Where the small things are.
Yeah, where the small things are. Oh, man.
All right, I'm gonna pass the torch. So thanks for taking the call. I'm gonna pass it on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, listen to Enema of the State.
I'll ask the construction crew outside too.
Yeah, ask the construction out there.